you ready to bring some doom? Because I'm ready to bring some doom. The doom has been brought. Hey, I have to begin every episode with some stupid intro. It's just tradition, okay? Get used to it. So, welcome back to Tribes. It has been several months between this one and the last one, and that has become more or less the norm. If you watched the previous video, which I I used a somewhat clickbaity title, Is Tribes Dead? That's the Tribes Ascend equivalent of, Is Mario a racist? Or, Is One Direction breaking up? You know, something along those lines. But hey, it got lots of views, right? I may have to think of something equally clickbaity for this one, like, Is Tribes Ascend alive again? Or perhaps something along the lines of, Will Tribes Ascend cure your acne? But maybe not. That was a pretty sick airmail, if I do say so myself. Anyways, yeah, I made it no secret that I really haven't been playing this at all lately. In fact, this is old footage that's been sitting on my hard drive for like 6 months. And I actually have not played at all since the previous video. And, wait for it. Yeah. I pretty much have come to the conclusion that I'm kind of done. I'm kind of done with Tribes. And I debated a little bit. Like, do I just come out and say this in a video? And I decided, yeah, I do. I owe it to you guys, the people that have watched the videos and stuff like that. I make no claims that any series really is bound to be around on the channel forever. I play what I think is interesting, and that's pretty much it. So if I feel something has run its course, then I'm done with it. So feel free to click the unsubscribe button, as I'm sure many people will upon hearing this. But yeah, I mean, I think it's run its course, and I'm just kind of done with it. I don't regret the time that I spent with it. I don't regret the money I spent on it. In fact, this was the first free-to-play game I ever spent money on, and one of the only ones still. I have really only spent money on a handful, maybe just a couple of free-to-plays. This, Warframe, and that might be it. There's probably something else in there, but yeah, and I don't regret that. I mean, many good times were had, many hours were put into this game, and they were fun. But I think that's over now. I still think it's a great game. Unfortunately, Hi-Rez kind of screwed it up as far as the decisions that they made. And then the community died, so nobody really plays it anymore, which means that it's not really worth playing anymore. Now, if you have a group of 20 friends who want to jump into some matches and do some skirmishes, yeah, that'd be fun. But playing with puppies, not so much anymore. That's just my thoughts on it, and I think, judging from the comments on the previous one, most people agreed with me on that, and said, yeah, it's basically time to move on. But yeah, I will not look back in anger. I will look back fondly and remember the good times, and really no regrets. I'm happy with the content I produced. Happy with the fact that I'm about to get killed by this Pathfinder because I missed like 3 shots in a row. Yeah, that wasn't so good. But it's okay. Let's switch to Doombringer on Assault. Why not? Because that's the best way to do things. Anyways, yeah, I just wanted to come out and say that up front, that I'm probably going to be done with Tribes Ascend. That said, I do plan to do probably one more big send-off video in which I basically compile all of the really cool moments throughout the whole, I hesitate to call it a series, but series of videos. So all those crazy blue plates, all those, you know, clutch, grab, cycle, snipes, all that kind of stuff. It's going to go together into one big montage to sort of send off the Tribes Ascend legacy, or whatever the heck you want to call it. Also, this guy is about to get wrecked. Yeah. That was a little Jeff Goldblum impression for the Jurassic Park fans out there. airmails found a way. Anyways, yeah, so that's that. Wanted to get that out of the way. At the end of the day, I do not do this for a living, it is merely a hobby, so I don't have to worry about, you know, getting a billion views, which, frankly, if I was worrying about that, I would have stopped doing this a long time ago, because that ain't happening. But regardless, I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you guys want to stick around on the channel, you want to check out some of the other content that I have to offer, I do a pretty good variety of stuff. You can check it out on my channel. If not, cool. Thanks for watching these ones. Anyways, let's get back to what I'm actually doing this match. Well, this was just a casual mess around, not really play seriously kind of match, which, well, most of the matches that I play are, honestly. And so I was like, yeah, you know what, we're going to play Doombringer on Assault, because that seems like a good way to go. In the interest of doing that, I have put on the Heavy Bolt Launcher and, whatever the heck this thing is called. It's not the Saber Launcher, it's the, that other thing that is like the Saber Launcher, but launches rockets that explode on impact. Can you tell I haven't played in a while? Saber Cannon, yeah, that's what it's called. This thing rocks, actually. When you look at just the damage, you would think it was actually bad. It does like 750 on a direct hit, I think, which is not amazing. However, the hitbox on the thing is really, really large, which means that you can hit shots pretty easily with it. Get dead. You combine the Saber Cannon with the Heavy Bolt Launcher, and you've got yourself a recipe for bringing doom and or gloom to many a stupid sandraker. Can we just pause for a moment and talk about how that guy actually got hit by that mine? You notice I put it up on the box, just like for no reason. There was no reason. I just randomly put that up there, and then he got hit by it. Let's just ponder that for a moment. Okay, moment over. Anyways, I'm about to take a death due to lag here, unfortunately. Yeah. Should have actually hit underneath the little tube conduit thing, but unfortunately I ended up blowing myself up, which, you know, if you gotta go, that's, I suppose, one of the cooler ways of doing it. I'm so cool, enemies don't kill me, I just kill myself. Or alternately, I'm so terrible, but, you know, we'll go with the former. The Heavy Bolt Launcher really functions exactly like the regular bolt launcher that the Pathfinder has. The difference being that you're not firing like a ping pong ball, you're firing like a bowling ball. And if that's not intimidating, I don't really know what is. It's a pretty scary weapon, honestly. And also get wrecked. And then this guy thinks he can auto me to death, but unfortunately he is mistaken. Anyways, I just had to pause for a moment there. I rather liked that little shot. Basically, if you plan on winning, you probably don't want to play Doombringer on Assault, and oh, that would have been beautiful had I actually made it, but it's okay. It's okay. There were other good shots in this match. I mean, really, you will kill a lot of dudes with this, but as far as actually winning goes, it's not the best. And unfortunately, because you have so little mobility, most of the time, say, a Pathfinder is fighting you, unless you really can nail some shots or he makes some mistakes, you're probably going to die. But this can be very effective for taking out, say, medium classes and the heavy classes, in fact. This is a pretty good heavy killer because you've got so much HP and so much firepower. You can really out-tank almost anything. The real danger, as I said, comes from the little guys who sort of hover above your head and then get blown up like that. But that was his mistake for hovering below me rather than above me. But I would recommend, if you're still playing this game, I would recommend trying this out because it's a heck of a lot of fun. And I would argue that the Saber Cannon is a superior choice to the Saber Launcher in almost every situation, unless you want to be that jerk that sits up on top of the mountain on the Free Strikes servers and just spams the Saber Launcher, in which case, screw you. But, yeah. It's pretty fun. And, you know, the ability to switch back and forth between the two weapons, that makes you quite deadly. In fact, I found that equipping the Saber Cannon and standing on the flag is a pretty good option as well. Although in that case, I would probably recommend the either the Gatling gun or the chain gun rather, or the chain cannon, simply because oh, there's another one. Quite nice, nice. Anyways, I would recommend the chain cannon because, well, you can hit guys at longer range, and that's quite useful, honestly. But what you do is you stand on the flag, you chain gun the Pathfinder as he comes in, and then you blow him up with the Saber Cannon. Or, yeah, as he comes in. So it's pretty good. I mean, we saw an example of its use in the opening little snippet there. But, otherwise, I mean, I can't say I'm completely convinced. There's another one! Get wrecked! You lived up to your name. I can't say I really see a place for the heavy bolt launcher if you are trying to figure out what to spend your either your platinum or gold or whatever the heck they call it in this game, or your experience. I don't think that should be one of the first things you get because it's really not your best choice. Saber Cannon though, yeah, definitely get that. But I mean, if you already have everything and you want to get this, yeah, I would recommend it just for the fun factor. I mean, shooting a dude with like a freaking bowling ball made of electricity, yeah, that's hard to beat. It's hard to beat. Anyways, that's more or less what I have to say. Some cool stuff happens in this match and some silly deaths, unfortunately, but you know, you win some, you lose some. Tribes of Sin really is just sort of a metaphor for all of life as we know it. And other things that are sort of pseudo-intellectual and... You know. But that's more or less what I had to say about this build. I wouldn't recommend it. It's not good per se, but you'll get some laughs out of it. One thing that I actually didn't mention about the Saber Launcher is that it's pretty good for jumping with. Because, as I stated... No, okay, somebody just got blown up. As I stated before, it doesn't really do a ton of damage. This means that, as a Doombringer, you can actually jump like several times with it, get up into the red on your speed, and then still have a reasonable amount of health. He's getting away. I will miss the shot, but take the kill, I guess. And no. Fool me once. That was a Night at the Museum reference. Anyways, what I was saying was that you can actually jump pretty effectively with the Saber Cannon. I would recommend trying it. It's kind of neat. In fact, if the other team doesn't have good chasers, you can quite easily just skate around the map and capture the flag over and over. The only thing that shuts that down, as far as I can tell, is nitrons. Because you're so freaking tanky that you will just survive all the way around. The only thing you have to worry about, of course, is getting nitron and dropping the flag. So that pretty much shuts down that strat if you are facing somebody competent. But it can be quite fun if you are just messing around and the other team isn't really focusing on chasing too much. And this is just really sad. I'm just missing all the shots, and oh, well. Don't make me get philosophical again. But otherwise, that's pretty much all I had to say about that. So we will let the rest of the match play out. I'm not sure if I already mentioned it, but I did speed this one up, as you can probably tell. Because, I mean, it gets really hard to commentate over 30 minutes of Tribes Ascend footage. Unless I just talk about random other things, like... So, have you guys read any good books lately? I haven't really, and that kind of makes me sad. I used to read a lot more than I currently do, and so I think I'm going to start reading more. I read a wide variety of stuff. I mentioned it before, but I was actually a lit major in college, so I read quite a bit. And wrote quite a bit, in fact. Some of my favorite works include... Anyways, we're going to move on. I think we are more or less done here. I would like to finish by saying that I hope you guys have all gotten some entertainment and perhaps learned a thing or two from this particular series of videos over the time that I've been doing it. I don't know how long it's been exactly. I sure learned a lot from doing these, as far as when I go back and watch some of the really early ones, I'm like, oh, that thing that I said isn't really true. But either way, I had a lot of fun making these videos, and hopefully you guys enjoyed watching them. It would be cool if you guys stuck around, checked out some of the other stuff, but if you don't want to, that's cool as well. Like I said, don't do this for a living, so either way, whatever makes you happy, whatever you want. You're still very special. I wish I was special. Also, that was a Master of Disguise reference there. Never saw the movie, and never really wanted to. I'm talking, of course, about the turtle dialogue that just came up there. Either way, thank you guys very much for watching. Somewhere down the road, hopefully sooner rather than later, we will have the big send-off for the Tribes Ascend series. But other than that, just thank you much for sticking around. And I guess I will see you guys next time. How much longer we have on here? Either way, I think I'm done. I will see you guys on the next one.